Hi, I'm Anna Huthmaker, and I want to tell you why I think I would be an excellent candidate for your MBA in Arts Innovation. I have a boutique career. Actually, everything I do in my entire life revolves around service. But the first thing I do primarily is I am the second generation owner of a family fine violin shop. And I have to tell you that for us, we care way more about making a difference than making a living. My parents and I always joked that we didn't care about money as long as every kid that wants a violin could have one. In conjunction with that, I co-founded an organization called LSF USA. And what that is it's Luthiers Without Borders. We travel all over the world and we teach repair skills to local people where there are music programs, but nobody knows how to fix the instruments. As you can imagine, it has been amazingly fulfilling. However, of course, with COVID, we ran into some challenges. So the challenges that happened for us is that all of a sudden, travel ended. Nobody wanted strangers coming and teaching them. So we pivoted. Now you may be wondering why I'm standing in front of this like chaotic mess. It's not the prettiest background you ever saw. But this is what happens when a pandemic gets in the way of what you're doing. What we decided to do instead is we started collecting instruments from people. And there's two kinds of instruments. This is like stacks of violins. Some of them need repairs, and we send them to places where there's already an existing LSF program, and we have people on the ground already that can fix them. Some of them need no repairs, and we send them all over the world to places that have a program that just has a need. So it was really kind of fascinating and wonderful how we were able to change our focus and still make sure to get instruments into kids' hands. Now, the application asks me about my own innate leadership qualities. And I have to tell you a little bit, I had to give that some thought. I am going to give you one example, and it has nothing to do with my career. It has nothing to do with this application, but it's kind of cool. Years ago, I decided to hike the Appalachian Trail, or to attempt it. And while I was out there, I didn't see anybody that looked like me. So I came off the trail and I started my own organization called Trail Dames. Well, that was 16 years ago. I did not know a single thing about starting a nonprofit. I didn't know anything about starting a club even. The money, the legalities, everything. But I did it anyway. And now we have about 21 chapters, anywhere between 10 and 12,000 members. I've kind of lost count. And we have people hiking, women hiking all over the United States. The thing that was interesting is that they all followed me in the beginning. Now, then they all also became their own leaders, and those leaders started leading other people that became leaders. And so I am just the tip of that iceberg. But when I look back and see that all those women started following me when I knew nothing, I think it kind of showed me that maybe I have some innate leadership in me somewhere. Speaking of leadership, I do want to leave you with some of the leaders that I look up to the most in the world. So I'm going to tell you about three women. Lucy McBath. Lucy McBath is actually a member of Congress, but she's my neighbor. She comes from my neighborhood here in Duluth, Georgia. Lek Challert. Lek Challert is the founder of the Elephant Nature Preserve in Thailand. I went and worked with them, and she has rescued elephants from all over the world. And you will probably remember from one of your more recent cohorts, Caitlin Kamiga. Caitlin's the reason that I actually went with LSF USA to Trinidad for 6 years. The thing these three women have in common is that with zero ego, with zero thought for themselves, they saw big problems or big situations that needed some kind of solution, and they jumped in and they went to work. And in some cases, in Lek's case, her family disowned her. She got death threats. Lucy McBath, she lost a son to senseless gun violence, and she went and became a member of Congress. She was not a politician. It didn't matter. She wanted to make things better. And of course, you all know what Caitlin has done. She's done amazing things in Trinidad. And I just want to be all those women when I grow up. And I think the thing that will help me the most is if I can move forward and if I can get an MBA from your program. So thank you so much for considering me.